we really should be scared of traveling because there's too many things to learn and too many things to acquire, different lessons to learn, different, things to pursue when you're traveling.
So I am Emily Pastula, and I am a 7th grade science teacher at American Canyon Middle School. I have traveled to 18 different countries.
What are the benefits to traveling?
The benefits to traveling are that you get to experience different cultures, meet different people, and see all the different amazing places that there are on Earth.
How have you been affected by traveling?
I have been affected by traveling, that I'm addicted to it. I want to go everywhere. I have not had any bad experiences that make me not want to continue to travel. It's always been a very positive experience. Everyone has been very welcoming, every new place that I visit, so it's been very positive.
What are the risks to traveling?
There are many risks when you travel. It's always, even when you're traveling to work, that risk of your plane crashing or getting in a car accident. You can always get hurt while traveling. My friend just fell and cut his hand open really bad while in Africa and had to get a bunch of stitches. So any risk that you have, even when you're at home, plays a role when you are traveling.
Would you say traveling is worth those risks?
I would say yes, it is, because that experience is very important, and it's much more worthwhile if you go out and experience it rather than sit at home.
My name is Audrey Benton, and I have been to 11 countries. I am 16 years old.
Why is traveling important to you?
Well, it's important to travel. I like traveling because it's good to see other countries and other cultures and stuff like that, and you can meet other people who are not the same situation as you are, but you still get meet them and travel to different sporty things. You get to do some fun stuff as well.
How has traveling affected you?
Well, traveling is good for me too because I spend a lot of time with my family and we can hang out a lot more when traveling than we're somewhere at home. But also traveling with the family, you can see all the cultural sightseeings like temples and different religions and cultures that surround us that are not only for us but for other people in the world.
Explain what happened to you in Belize.
I was bitten by a poisonous snake while walking to a restaurant. Started seizing a little while longer. I had a stroke from the venom. In the hospital, I found out I had encephalitis that caused some damage to my brain. When I had the stroke, it caused some complications, which resulted in my left side being paralyzed, which still kind of troubles me today because my left hand still doesn't work properly, and it will take a little more time to recover fully.
What are you doing right now to reach 100% recovery?
Well, right now, my neurologist pretty much said the rest of the way is stroke recovery, so I have some therapies I still have to accomplish. Obviously, I still have some speech therapy that I can get through to be normal again a couple years from now. And I have occupational therapy because my left hand specifically doesn't work as well. I have some physical therapy that works mostly on the imbalance of my body right now. And I have some visual therapy because my visual skills when I first got out of the hospital were very not up to par and they weren't what they used to be. And I have some emotional therapy to go to just to talk about things and stuff like that.
Do you think you'll ever travel again?
Yes, because I traveled too much from last time at this point, and I can't let this scare me because there's so many other places where you don't get bit by snakes or you don't get any other complications. But feel fine and I'm not scared of anything else happening to me because I know like if it happens again, I can still get through it because I'm already getting through it today.
Overall, do you think traveling is worth the risk?
Yes, because that's like a statistic. Many people go bleeds like every year. Some people get bit by snakes, and that happens sometimes. But it's still worth the risk. People stop bleeding, maybe some other place. But if you don't travel, you lose all this information you might have learned, and you don't regret something later.
Hi, my name is Sarah Thompson, and I'm a sociologist at Las Positas College.
How many countries have you been to?
I have been to most European countries. I've been to the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa. I've been to Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iran, Bahrain, and Dubai. Been to lots of Asian countries, India, Southeast Asia, the Philippines, Japan, South Korea, and Central American countries. I've been to Costa Rica and Belize and Mexico, and to the Grenadines, Grenada off the coast of Venezuela.
What are the benefits to traveling?
Well, when you travel, you make a really big world a much smaller place. And you feel connections with people around the world rather than just feeling connection with people you live with. And it helps you see the world in a different way, and it helps you empathize with people that are different from you.
How have you been affected by traveling?
Well, I grew up overseas. I grew up in Saudi Arabia. So travel has been part of my life since I can remember. And again, going around the world made me a much more global person. Even by the time I was in high school, I had in-depth understanding of international relations that my peers just didn't have. So travel has really influenced not only the kind of job I went into, but also how I raise my children.
What are the risks to traveling?
Well, usually the risks are much greater in your head than they are in reality. We often forget the types of risks we take in everyday life, driving on a highway, cooking and not paying attention. Petting strange dogs. We do lots of risky things. They just don't seem risky because we're so familiar to them. The reason travel seems risky is because it's something new that we don't feel quite as much control over. Even though more people die in automobile accidents, there are more people who are afraid to fly than to drive, even though flying is actually safer, but they feel it's riskier because it's not as familiar to them. So some of the risks of traveling are that you will encounter situations that are unfamiliar to you, and then you'll feel out of control when they happen to you. So that's the greatest risk of traveling.
Overall, would you say traveling is worth those risks?
That's kind of an interesting question, because I'm sure a lot of people would think that after what happened to Audrey last year, that my answer would be no, it's not worth the risk. But one of the things that's really important for me and for my family is to make sure that this, tragedy that happened to Audrey does not make us provincial, fearful people. And as soon as we can, we're going to jump back on that horse and start traveling again, because the benefits you get from traveling far outweigh any risks you face. And you can't live your life in fear of the unknown.